And good morning to everyone. It is Wednesday and it is October 16th, and time for another few words. I have to tell you that during these days, as aftermath of the storms that have come through Florida and our own area here in Tampa, it has been a really a marvelous opportunity for me to look around, to see, be engaged with families who seemingly have lost so much, and people and individuals who have lost so much, whether it be cars or homes or all the things that they have spent their life putting together to make a life comfortable for themselves and their families. And yet, to be inspired, and that's the word I want to focus on today, inspiration, to be inspired by the lives of those who see and who grieve the loss of those things, certainly, and who are concerned about the loss of those things, but still consider themselves blessed because how they're able to continue their lives with the most important things in their life, which are not things but people themselves, their own families, their loved ones, and the gift of life for themselves as well. How it could have been so much worse. I hear that so constantly. How blessed we are, Father. It could have been so much worse. You know, bad enough, as you see the news, bad enough, Elena, bad enough, this last storm that we had, Milton, you know, and the tremendous devastation that seems to have brought to so many people in the material things that they owned and that they had, and yet how graced they are. You know, I plenty of opportunity to celebrate and to rejoice and to be inspired by the lives of others. And I hope that you're inspired also. Look with eyes of faith and see the people around you. See how gracefully they're dealing with things. Yes, there's people who are angry. Yes, there are people, there's still road rage. Yes, there's people fearful and with the shortage of food sometimes, trying to make sure their families and themselves have food on the table, making sure they have gas to get to places they need to get to, work and whatever. And yes, we're feeling the shortages of things, but how blessed we are, and how blessed people are. And it inspires me to so many people to do better and to try to be better and to offer more of myself to others as well. I see families. I see a couple who celebrated their anniversary, more than 5 decades of anniversary, and one in a memory care unit who didn't quite recognize the partner of more than 50 years, and yet the pain and yet the love of the partner, making sure that that partner is there every day to try to be present with that person every day, whether they recognize him or not, whether they recognize that each other or not. The love and the pain and the hurt, but most of all the love, be inspired by a love that binds people together that long, and that's this tremendous care for someone who is disappearing from them a little bit each day. It's really inspiring. And if you're not inspired, then you're not looking with the right eyes. It's painful to see, but it's also inspiring to see the devotion they have to and for each other. Also others who lost homes, lost their cars, lost all these other things in their life, and yet still carry on and still live their lives with faith, with hope, and with joy in their life. I got this message today. I have a little jar. It's called a Jar of Joy, and it's filled with all these kind of sayings. Someone gave it to me. Probably I probably needed it. They gave it to me, and I open them up every so often. I open one up, and this is the one today. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. It's from St. Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 12, verse 12. Be joyful in hope, be patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. Would that would be a true ism of how we live our lives, that we are patient and joyful and hope that today is a good day and tomorrow hopefully will be a better day, and the day after that will be better than that. Patient in affliction, when grief comes our way, when sorrow comes our way, when trouble comes our way. Faithful and patient and faithful in prayer. That we be a people always who commit ourselves to being a people in prayer, trying to communicate, trying to walk with God in our life each day. One person after another person after another person. You know, me, how blessed I've been. People giving up their days. I still can't drive. I can't ride my bike yet because of my recent surgery, but God bless us. You know, people seemingly so willing, and it's hard to understand why, but they're willing to spend their day going with me from one home to another home, 2 days a week. One hospital after another hospital, one visit after another visit. And seeing the people carrying on with their own sicknesses, with their own hurts, with their own problems, with their own loss, and yet always with a smile for the most part, with great faith, with great hope, and with great joy in their life. And I say what Dominic Savio said about the saints, si ille con non ego, if they can do it, why can't I? I need to, I must. Must feel compelled to do so for their sake and for my sake. Be joyful, be hopeful, and be faithful. My prayer for all of us then on this day, at this moment, that we look at ourselves and challenge ourselves to do likewise. Look around and see the good things and the wonderful people that how they're living with strength and with courage. May strength and courage be yours when you need it. May faith be yours when you need it. May hope be yours when called upon and when you need it. And most of all, may the love of God be yours in your own heart, an experience of His love in your heart, so that you can be the people that we are called to be, that we were born to be, connected to each other, seeing each other as brothers and sisters, and living each day with joy, with faith, with hope, and with the love of God in our hearts. Mary, Help of Christians, pray for us. Mary, Help of Christians, pray for you. Be inspired and be an inspiration for others. God bless you all. See you next week.